Experience, Aaron and Dave. And on the Zoom call today, all the way from Rhode Island, it's Saved by Skarlet.
Yes. We're packing them in today, Dave.
You sure are.
We're packing them in. Right.
What's up, guys?
We've got Nathan Milton, Adam, and Alex on the Zoom call today.
What's
How
up?
you doing?
Not bad.
Okay,
Just
don't
been
everybody
chilling
talk
out.
all at once.
You know, we're gonna start like numbering everybody and just
All right. Bachelor number one.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Good to be here.
Oh, man.
I'm doing all right.
What's
I
that?
woke up
I'm just chilling
45 minutes ago, so we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you're the drummer. That's your job. So stick
Well, I
with
mean,
that.
I had
You're
a
doing
show
good
last
job.
night and I didn't get home till like 3 a.m. So
It's
Yeah.
the life of a rock star, Aaron.
Yes.
That's what it is. All right.
Adam is committed. It's awesome.
I got to ask you guys, how far are you from Quahog?
Oh gosh.
oh, that's the Family Guy town. I have no idea. Hold on. I gotta find that out right now.
We'll let Adam be the logistics for today, figuring out all the
Go
numbers.
ahead, actual place.
That was cool. That was good.
How do you
here's
spell Quahog?
It's I don't even believe it's a real place, but Quo Hog. I don't know.
I think
Here's-
it actually is. I think
It's
because,
not. I mean, there's like a. Yeah, it's not an actual place. It's kind of sad.
Yeah. But Aaron, here's the average Saved by Skarlet fan.
Yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Peter
funny.
Griffin. Oh my god.
Oh,
that's
man.
awesome.
All right.
Yeah. So how
I
long
went
is
for
the,
someone to do a Stewie impression to follow up with that.
we're missing one of the four-piece, but how long has this four-piece been together as this group?
Oh man. So
A year and a half.
as far as these current members, yeah, I'm
Yes.
pretty sure. Actually, no, Adam, because I just checked. Wait.
I mean,
yes.
I've been in for a while, but Alex is
I've only
hasn't
been in
been.
for about a year. I've only been in
Okay.
this group for about a year, and it's been literally one of the best years of my life.
Good.
It's
Cool.
been a year because we actually ended up befriending Alex. We reached out to him asking if he wanted to be part of our music video as a fill-in bassist. And so when we did the music video, he's actually on bass, but then we got to know him. We saw that he was, good at guitar and everything. And so then he transitioned from bass to electric guitar and started with rhythm guitar, and now he's guitar too. So it's
So
been
do you have a bassist now?
currently no.
No?
Logistics
That's
wise, it's just honestly, it's tough when you only have like a minivan to transport things because we don't have room for another person. It requires more payment divided among the people.
Sure.
And we've just run into, like, we used to run bass all the time. I was actually the bassist, and it just ended up being a lot more beneficial with having it in the backtrack. So I actually do the live recording and then implement it into our backtrack. So it's still playing with us when we're performing, but we don't actually have a live bassist on stage.
So when you're on stage, are you just singing or are you playing guitar as well, Nathan?
So I'm doing lead vocals. I do feature on one song with Adam and Matt. It's kind of a throwback for us, Light It Up. It's one of our funnest songs. But Alex is doing guitar 2, and my brother is doing guitar 1. And I've been trying to focus more on vocals and be able to do more and really kind of hone in on some things. It was also just getting very stressful trying to manage like multiple things at once. So happy Alex is on board.
Yeah, I watch some videos with these bands where the lead singer is also the lead guitarist and everything, and I go, it just seems like a lot of work,
It is. Your
It's
back
crazy.
starts to hurt so much. The back of your neck gets really tight, and it's all around not good for focusing on vocals because like you really don't want your neck and your back muscles to be tightened up because then it pulls up on your vocal cords in the front of your neck and it can cause strain and whatnot. But so that was something I had to deal with for a while, especially if you have a heavy bass. Some of them are
Sure.
lighter. It depends on the bass make.
Well, but the bass is typically heavier than a guitar regardless.
Yeah, it's got a lot more body.
And this guy over here in the corner, he's got to lug around his kit everywhere he goes. So
Yeah,
he's
I
sitting
also
there
play
going, "What are
bass.
you complaining about? You got a bass. You throw it in a case, you're done."
So it's funny. It's funny watching Adam play drums because then his head's going in like 50 different directions. You're like, what's he gonna hit next?
Are you like a Tommy Lee on stage, Adam? Are you just all over the place?
Kinda. I'm a
Yeah.
little. I'm like I wouldn't say Tommy Lee, but I'm also more energetic than a Neil Peart. So I'm like in between solid and
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Neil was very, very technical.
yeah.
That's not a
he
guy
just-
that
seeing him live, he doesn't move his face. His
No.
face stays the exact same.
that dude is so focused. I've got to see him live a couple of times, and I'll tell you, I met my wife when we were in high school, and she was in the high school band. She was one of the bass drummers, and so we would go to these 80s hair band rock shows and everything, and she always just talked down on the drum solo because she was going, I can do that. That's nothing special. I can do that. And
Yeah,
I said,
right.
well, wait till you see Neil Peart. And she was like, he started out his drum solo, just kind of pedestrian. That's what he does. But as it went on, it became more and more technical. And she was like, wow. So she was rarely impressed by drummers, but Neil was like, she thought he was great. So you
Well,
need
he is,
about
so,
20,
right.
you need about 20 drum heads there, right? Like Neil. And
That's
get
nothing.
yourself a spinning kit.
Do you know Terry Bozzio?
Yeah,
Have you seen his drum kit?
I have not. I know Terry Bozzio because of his wife, and I'm trying to think of her name.
Something
He-
Bozzio? I don't know.
Yeah, something Bozzio.
Something Bozio, yeah.
Yeah, she's
That makes
from
sense.
Missing Persons. Dale, I think her name's Dale, something like that.
Hey, Nate, do you miss playing on stage? Nathan? Do you miss
What, playing bass?
Yeah, playing bass or instrument on
Oh.
stage here and there.
Sometimes I
know?
miss playing bass. I do play electric guitar on one or two of the songs, just because we've only had Alex on for a year, and things got very, very crazy, very fast this past year, which is a good thing though. A lot of opportunities. We had one concert, sometimes two concerts per month, for the past 2 years straight. So that has been really, really awesome, and God has blessed us, and we're very thankful for that. But it also pushed forward that and COVID, actually, a lot of COVID related problems a while ago. So anyway, that pushed things forward a lot. Like we had a single that we were working on, and now we're revisiting the single and working on it. And Adam's going to be practicing some scratch tracks that we're sending him, because Adam's been at college in Maine and still rocking it for the shows, though. He comes down no matter where it is. And we're very thankful for his dedication. And each one of us have had to be very dedicated to keep up. It has been a lot of work. There are some days where like I get off of like a 18-hour work shift and then like spend another couple hours working on like our media and stuff, merch sales, all kinds of stuff. We just shipped merch to Louisiana yesterday. It's really
Nice.
cool.
Cool.
People
Very,
don't
very-
realize, especially for unsigned bands, how much work goes into this. I know you realize it because you
It's
put
a
a lot of
lot.
work into this show, Aaron. But yeah, there's a ton of behind the scenes stuff that people just don't realize. And that's why I always cringe whenever somebody says they were an overnight success. Yeah, an overnight for 10 years.
Yeah, right.
Oh no! So to answer your question for if Nate misses playing bass, so we have a whole entire venue like system downstairs in the basement, and like very rarely on occasion he'll plug in the bass and just play with backtrack
Yeah,
while we're
that's
doing
cool.
band practice.
Well, you
What-
guys got a nice polished, produced sound. And I like that. We're going to get into that in just a minute. But I want to play one of the songs. Can we do that here, Aaron? We'll come
Yeah.
back for another break.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is actually, it's not your most streamed on Spotify, but as soon as I heard it, I just loved it. And it's Feel
Thank
the
you.
Enemy. Feel the Enemy with the intro. I dig that. So here it is. Here's Saved by Skarlet.
And we'll be right back on the Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience.
MUZKAST Experience, Aaron and Dave. with Saved by Skarlet.
What's up?
There you go.
What's up,
From
guys?
Rhode Island.
Yeah, we only got one person left from our studio audience.
Yeah, that dude just doesn't go away either.
Yeah.
All right. They're not having as much fun as I am with that
Oh,
bit,
man.
but
No, I
think it's
love it.
hysterical.
Family Guy is like one of my favorite
That's
shows.
awesome, man.
Oh,
I
see,
mean, I'm a big Family Guy fan, so that's
Really?
just
Yeah, he was playing for me this morning and he goes, "You don't watch Family Guy?" I go, "No, I really don't." But I'm glad you guys do.
Yeah.
Having fun with it because
All
he's
right.
Oh yeah.
because he was working hard on the bit.
Well, I've never been to Rhode Island and I don't really know what Rhode Island's famous for. So this is what Rhode
That.
Island's famous for is
what is Rhode Island famous for?
Oh my gosh.
They're famous for Saved by Skarlet. That's
being
for sure.
that and being the smallest state in the union.
That's true.
There's that,
That
right?
What else is-
we, it's the ocean state, so we should be famous for like seafood and stuff like that.
Well,
I see,
clam
okay.
chowder specifically.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Autocrat.
All right.
Autocrat too.
So you can't get
Autocorrect?
you can't get the
Is that what
you
you
can't
said?
get that amazing clam chowder anywhere else. It has to be specifically Rhode Island. Though.
Coffee
see-
milk. That's the thing. Clam
Yes.
chowder you can get in like Massachusetts and whatnot too. But coffee milk.
Coffee milk.
Yeah,
Exactly. See? It's not
I don't even
anywhere
know what
else
that is.
besides Rhode Island. It's basically like chocolate
Literally.
milk where you have the syrup and you
Uh-huh.
mix it up but it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
coffee.
Crazy.
I know. You guys probably have that
Like,
face. Like,
you'll have to try it. There's no way I can explain to you what coffee milk is.
Facts.
It's
I-
like
Well, that's what
it's
I was
like a
saying.
fil-
Autocrat. Because I don't know if you guys
Oh.
have ever heard of autocrat, but that's actually a pretty rare thing around here. There's only a couple stores that actually carry it, but it's something that people who aren't from Rhode Island don't have any idea what it is.
Yeah, see,
Like
I'm
even
not a
Massachusetts, they don't know like coffee milk.
yeah, see,
and
it's
it's
like
like-
Massachusetts is kind of famous for clam chowder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and because this is why you guys really came on the show so we could talk about food.
I know, right?
exactly.
You
This is
know,
the true reason.
right? We're near the Bay Area. I'm not a seafood fan, so that's not my thing. But I do know that people love the clam chowder, and like down in the Bay Area, there's a couple places that serve it, but it's not like, oh my God, clam chowder. But you go up to say Seattle, and it's like everywhere.
Mm.
So I'm assuming Rhode Island's kind of the same.
Yeah, they have a clam
All
chowder.
right, that's
like
it.
a-
Saved by
like this.
Skarlet band trip to go get clam chowder. It's gonna happen. We're
Oh.
gonna bring it on tour. Just
You
bring
should come
a
up to
whole
Maine
bunch
and have
of
a
it on our
lobster roll.
table.
I
Lobster
feel a VIP package coming on here, Nathan.
Oh no, just get clam cakes. Just get the clam cakes to go with it.
There you go.
Or you can come up and see me in Maine and have a nice Maine lobster roll.
There you
Yes.
are. See, that sounds like a better deal, actually. Lobster sounds way better than clam chowder to me, and I'm not a seafood guy. I have had those things, by the way. I just don't have a taste for seafood.
See. So back to the band. How'd the name come about, Nate?
Oh gosh, so the name actually came from I was reading the book of Joshua in the Bible, and there's an instance where the Israelites had come to the city of Jericho, which was a big fortified city. And so when the Israelites got there, two of the prophets had actually gone over the wall and into Jericho to go look around and scope it out. And so when they were in there, they ended up basically fleeing from some guards, and they dipped into a woman named Rahab's house. It was more like a room, if you will. And Rahab was a prostitute. And so when they dipped in there, they ended up basically asking her, will you please hide us? We have a message from God, and we've come and we have a mission, but we need to be hidden or else we'll be killed. Die at the sword, they said. And so she agreed to hide them in that moment. And so they ended up surviving. They weren't found or killed. And they said to her before they left, they said, since you have hidden us, where God is going to spare your family because destruction is coming to Jericho. And when she said she was, grateful and overwhelmed, of course. And when she thanked them, she said, well, what about my family? And they said, God has found favor on you and your family and your cousins. And when you throw the scarlet rope out of your window, all of your family will be saved. And so a lot of people didn't really understand like this act of grace initially. And even at the time, they themselves were surprised. And I really, really was struck by that when I was reading that, because it was a depiction really of God sending Jesus to die on the cross, to pour out his scarlet blood, as the Bible often uses the word scarlet to depict the blood of Jesus, a sacrifice. And that just spoke volumes to me, like that amount of grace and love. There are a lot of things also that are metaphorical. And I just think it was such a beautiful picture that God sent Jesus to die on the cross, not only for, specific peoples, but for everyone. And so that really, really spoke to me. And I shared it with my brother and the other bandmate at the time. And they were like, dude, this sounds great. So then we approached a studio and we asked them their advice and such, we'd never done this before, is there a way to find out if other bands have used this word, etc. And they said it was fantastic and no one had used it before. And there is a band, Scarlet Riot, but that has 2 T's and it's a different word. But that's pretty much the only closest thing. There's also Scarlet Sacrifice song. I don't know. But that came out after, I believe. So we ended up running with that. And I mean, honestly, it's been our mission statement ever since,
Well, on your Spotify bio, sorry to cut you off. I want to ask real fast though. On your Spotify bio, you guys have been around for a decade or so. You were originally Raised from Ashes. Was that the name of the band?
Yeah, close. Rising Ashes. Yeah.
Rising Ashes.
Wasn't it Fireproof at one point too?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Are you a Pillar fan?
Oh, I love Pillar, dude. Pillar's
They have
awesome.
a song called Fireproof.
Fireproof.
Yeah.
So to touch off what Nate was saying, basically with this, it more or less kind of means like the meaning of it is saved by the blood of Jesus, like the scarlet blood of Jesus.
Amen.
And it also just looks really cool with a K.
Oh yeah,
it just looks good.
They thought they were edgy back then, so that's why they put it like, hey man, this looks kind of cool. Well, it's a smart marketing idea too.
No, it just, dude, honestly, it just legit looks good. Like every single person that has seen like the wristband, I can't even tell you, like me and my fiance have probably shipped out well over 200 merch orders in only like a year and a half. And I'm not kidding you. Everyone loves it. So like, I'm really glad that it worked out well and it's even, it's not too long. It's not too short. It has good meaning. I don't know. It's even got a color,
Right. Well, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I actually just forgot my question. So go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, you said fiance. When you get married?
July 29th, my man.
July.
Super excited.
Wow.
10 days after my birthday, Aaron.
Yeah. And we'll be in Chains Unchained too.
Yeah.
On that day. So
why don't you just come to Chains Unchained?
Yeah.
You get married on stage. Be great.
Oh, yeah, his wife would just love that. His fiance just loved that.
I'll get ordained. I'll marry you guys.
You hear that, Sarah? I don't know if Sarah's watching right now, but
man.
No, but
she's gonna get off when he's done. She's gonna go, "Don't you dare!"
Yeah.
Oh, she's got a story too and a voice. She's an amazing person. My favorite person in the world.
Is she on any of the songs or maybe
She's on Surrender All, actually. She's in the bridge of Surrender All, and she also co-wrote that.
Co-wrote?
She helped me co-write that.
You don't have to be a wordsmith to be a singer, man.
So who's your influences?
Let's start with Adam, because I want to talk about Adam's influences with drummers.
Okay.
And you had mentioned that you're kind of a music file.
Yeah. I listen to a lot.
Mostly, are you that eclectic guy that just plays rock, but when he gets off the kit, you listen to something like, I don't know, Simon and Garfunkel or something like that?
No, the other direction.
The other direction.
I do listen to a lot of styles, everything from Simon and Garfunkel to whatever you can name. But my real affinity is towards various forms of heavy metal.
Gotcha. So, what drummers influenced you to pick up the sticks?
So the initial one was actually like the very first, not that he didn't inspire me to pick up the sticks, but it was my first favorite drummer. I was like 16, and it was, funny enough, Jeremy Spencer of Five Finger Death Punch,
Really?
Oh yeah.
which is
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't know.
that's
I
one
don't
of
I don't
Aaron's-
really listen to
that's
any
one
of
of
his work
Aaron's
anymore
bands.
because it didn't age very well.
Yeah.
But then it became yeah, don't look up his new bands. They're not good.
I know, right?
Hey, you know what? Hey, let me say, I'll go on the record. If they got rid of Ivan Moody, I would be a Five Finger Death Punch fan.
See, that's the thing. Because his voice is good, but his lyric writing is so god
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
It's
Well, and
Yeah.
he's so self-centered.
it's so god awful. Although I will say their first album is really good. That was the first album I heard from them, and that was like their only good one, honestly. But nowadays, a lot of it, in terms of drummers, it's really Marcus Hirovenin. He's Finnish. I don't really know how to say his name. Of
Yeah, I don't know.
Insomnium, my favorite band of all time.
Oh,
He's
Insomnium's amazing.
He's extremely melodic and not very like he's not technical. He does everything he needs to fit the song, which is a rare thing, especially because it's a melodic death metal band. So like you're expecting all this crazy grandiose drumming, and he's kind of just sitting there in the pocket, and it's really good. And then there's this guy, another Finnish drummer, Kai Hato, which plays in Winter Sun, Nightwish. He was in Swallow the Sun for a while, Rotten Sound, I believe. All around, he does everything from big band jazz to like epic. I don't even know Nate, what genre would you call Winter Sun? They're just like
It's literally like
the most epic
orchestral
music you could
stadium,
possibly
like-
think, with the most ridiculous drums.
I'm
Him.
gonna have to check this out.
Literally.
Yeah, I'll link one of their other song in the chat over here. You can check them
You know
out.
what I would
All
say? I would say they have a very ominous sound. Like
Not
they
really
just, like,
ominous. They're just so
the-
huge. Like their production and everything is so unbelievably huge.
Have you heard
Yeah,
Ocean
really.
Dark?
Most of my drumming influence doesn't come from specific drummers. It really comes from songs. I'll hear a beat and I'll be like, that's a really neat beat. And then I'm playing behind a kit, like we're just jamming around or practicing things. I'm like, there was that beat I really liked in this song. And then I figure it out and learn how to like apply that to like the situation I'm in. And so that's where a lot of my, I guess, inspiration comes from, is just beats and rhythms that I pick up in songs. Then I kind of replicate them and tweak them to fit the situation that I'm in.
I was gonna say, Ollie probably knows some of these people he's mentioning.
Yeah, there's a band that we interviewed. Well, Ollie is in Ocean Dark, and they're from Finland also. So
Yeah, check out
their guitar player is amazing.
check out Ocean Dark, but also check out Olli Helenis, and he does Finnish folk music as well. So he does
Oh,
this
nice.
hard rock stuff, and then he does this Finnish folk music. You might dig it.
That's
So,
actually
Alex,
really cool.
Who's your influences, Alex?
So I've always been big into, well, obviously Skillet has more or less been the main sound of Saved by Skarlet, but it's been one of my influences. But my-
Comatose era. Please clarify.
Yeah,
Comatose
not,
era.
not
after
whatever the heck their
Comatose,
latest
they were
album
just
was.
like,
That was awful.
It's like Metallica with the Black Album, man. It's just everything after the.
I would say the
Skillet-
I mean,
biggest
Hardwired to Self-Destruct wasn't awful.
I would
thought
say my
Hardwired
biggest
was great.
influence.
Go ahead.
I
Go
would
ahead,
say my
Alex.
biggest influence has always been Avenged Sevenfold. The Awaken the Fallen album was just mind-blowing to me at the time. And then you had bands like Slipknot. Then you had bands like it's literally my like Asking Alexandria when they did the what do you call it?
I've never been so torn
In
up.
all of my
In
life,
all
Oh
of
no,
my
we're
life.
talking.
I should have seen this coming.
Or is it? Oh,
And then I had.
God.
Oh yeah,
That
we're
one.
talking. Oh
Whatever
no,
that
what's
song is,
the
I
name of
forgot.
that album? I can't
Hey.
think of the name of it to save my life right now.
Favorite guitarist, Alex?
Sinister Gates of Avenged Sevenfold. I would not be picking up a guitar today if it wasn't for Sinister Gates of Avenged Sevenfold.
Favorite drummer, Adam?
It would probably have to be Either Kai Hato or Leo something something. Leo something something is out of this progressive metal band from Sweden, and his rhythms are so.
Is his name really Leo something something?
No, it's a
Okay.
Swedish name. I forgot what.
Jot that down, Aaron, because that's a good
Leo-
radio
say it.
name.
Leo something.
Leo
something.
something.
Hey Nate, who's your influences?
And well, originally starting with hard rock, it was Comatose era and Collide era Skillet when they were a lot more. Collide
Edgier?
was a lot more raw, and it definitely hit different. And it was the first album kind of that Skillet came out in that way. Alien Youth wasn't really quite like that. They were way more punk / like, I don't even know what you call it if you look at their original stuff. But
I gotta tell you, the original stuff didn't do anything for me. I didn't think the original Skillet stuff was that great.
I mean, I admire them for doing something that was different.
That's a hot take.
What's that?
I said that's a hot take.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's really
Did I
hard to
offend?
put a finger on it. Like when you listen to it, it's just kind of a mix of a lot of different things that you wouldn't expect together. But then when Collide came out, I really liked the way that, number one, they had a female drummer named Trey, and she was fantastic. And they do some really cool things on that album. But a lot of it was actually the guitar, the electric guitar that they had EQ'd for when they released Comatose was so like punchy, and it just, everything was so beautifully done. Like it was absolutely equal to the max. Like no matter what I listened to, whether it was a car stereo system or my speakers, I could hear all of the guitars. Like a lot, one of the things that I really liked was that I could hear the, you know, the stringed instruments, the guitars, the vocals, some of the raspiness in John Cooper's voice, some of the even, you know, effects that they had, and the drums. It was just all was so well done, produced. So that was like really what grabbed my attention, because that was the first thing that really hit me, like, wow, that actually sounds really cool. And then that's kind of what got me into rock music. So from there, I always liked Coldplay though. So Coldplay was one of my first influences as well. Little known fact, but from
They
there,
got some good stuff.
I just dove in head first after that, man. All kinds of music, Pillar, a little bit of Korn, a little bit of Slipknot, a lot of different Christian rock bands, Sent by Ravens, which is an amazing underground artist band. They aren't anymore, unfortunately. In fact, they actually had record labels were saying they had so much potential, and their vocalist had such an incredible range with his voice, but they actually got completely shut down by a bad record deal forever. They can't, the members didn't realize that in the contract, that if any of the members, even just one, left the band, the entire band had to disassemble, and they could never produce any music ever together.
And that was with their record company?
Yes. And
that's
they
crazy.
Absolutely destroyed them. And it's such a shame, because they literally
Why
are
would
one
they
of the
sign that deal.
Yeah, that's a horrible deal.
So the problem is their testimony of it, and they tried to go to court too over it, but basically their testimony of it was they gave them such a long document that like where they stuck it in was just something you could easily glaze over. It just wasn't on.
And that's why you hire a legal expert when signing things like that.
Yep, that's right.
Absolutely.
Very unfortunate, but they had so much potential, seriously. I mean, like labels and all kind. I mean, I'm pretty sure Atlanta Records was looking at them too. Like they were about to get some serious stuff going, and they just completely got destroyed. It's so sad.
Unfortunate.
Hey, we're gonna play that song "Conquerors." Can you tell me about that song? What's that
Conquerors
song about?
Is awesome. We love what Adam and Alex have kind of brought to the table with Conquerors since we released it. But rewinding, right before Alex and Adam came into the band, we had written and I actually co-wrote this song with my brother, Matt. And essentially, I was in a really, really difficult time in my life. I just gone through like a lot of very, very tumultuous things. I had to see my ex-girlfriend at the time try to kill herself with a metal stake. I had someone jump out of my car with 2 trailer trucks on each side on a 4-lane highway. I literally almost died 3 times. And the last time was I wanted to kill myself, essentially. And my brain just, through emotional abuse and manipulation and through just really the enemy having his way with me, I just started to get really, really lost, man. I couldn't think clearly. I had bad habits, that were taking me down a bad path. And honestly, I'll never forget it. Like, with that situation on the highway, I let go of the steering wheel when, with the girl that I loved at the time, literally jumped out of my car. And I literally just closed my eyes. I yelled, "God save us." And I threw my right arm out to the right because I didn't want to take my eyes off the road. But at the same time, I didn't know what to do. So when I did that, I literally just grabbed whatever I could. And her arm was perfectly clasped in mine, like the strong arm grip, when you're not supposed to do hand, you're supposed to do forearm. So I did that without even meaning to. And I threw her back in the car, like pulled her back in the car and swerved, but didn't hit the trailer trucks on the side. And we literally just pulled over and sat in silence for an hour. Wow. And I just sobbed because I just literally couldn't believe what was happening. And so after this traumatic experience and different things, I really felt like God began to do a work in my heart that needed to be tweaked. I always felt like there was more to life, but I didn't know how to really feel it, and when I really just got on my knees and prayed and asked him to help me, really help me for the first time in a long, long time, from that day forward, my life was never the same, man. And I ended up getting out of that relationship. People prayed over me and it was incredible. So that song really came from those experiences. And my brother had his own medical experiences where he needed to conquer to get through them. But that's essentially where that came from, and it's a song about empowering people, trying to give people hope, describing it as this is where I draw a line in the sand, taking your sword and running into the fight, not away from it. These are all themes that are caught up in that song that we wrote.
So your last album was 2019. When are we going to hear new music from Saved by Skarlet?
Soon.
Okay.
Soon. When you hear it.
They're in
See,
the
you ask
studio
this
now?
question all the time, Aaron, and they all tell you the same thing. When it's out.
When it's out.
Well, we can't tell you it'll be out by at least summer. Yes.
Hey, let's do Conquerors real fast. And then I want to come back and do a really fast break, just a real fast. I know we got another guy waiting, but I want to do a really fast break because there's just 2 questions that I have. All right, let's do Conquerors here and we'll come back. Rock Solid MUZKAST experience. It's Aaron and Dave one last time with our buddies out in Rhode Island from Saved by Skarlet.
That noise.
Hey, you guys, I know you guys got to go. We got another one lined up. So I want to just rapid fire you here, but you guys are clearly heavily influenced by Skillet, and that's cool. One of the things that I've said for a long time, and Skillet doesn't even do it justice, is there needs to be a little more techno in rock, and Skillet kind of scratches the surface, but leaves you wanting way more. You guys give you that little bit more, and that's one reason I liked that intro into Feel the Enemy.
Oh yeah, that synth pad, that
so
yeah,
good.
You
dude,
would like
came out
the
so
band
sick.
Sypecore.
What's that?
You would like the band Sypecore.
Oh, you keep giving me bands. I got to write them down. Okay.
There's one called "Feed Her to the Sharks" too.
All right.
That was really
Yes.
good.
I tell you what, guys. Just
listen to the interview, Dave.
Yeah, email me a list of bands that I need to check out.
I can do that for you.
Adam's gonna write you up a 16-page.
I'll write you up a 60-page dissertation.
Do it, man, because
You're
I'll
going to
start
be
kicking
reading
bands
that
back
for
over
like
to you.
3 days straight. You're going to be reading that for 3 days
I could
straight.
at some point I could probably write a book. Honestly, I know a lot.
Perfect. All right, I'm getting the wrap up sign. I want to have you guys back on and we'll talk some more, but where can people find you? Where's your socials?
Everywhere. Spotify, YouTube, our website, Facebook. There's links throughout Google. There are actually third-party websites that have it too. MP3 Skull, Google Play, Amazon MP3, and Pandora, etc.
On the air everywhere, Aaron.
On our business card that we're on over 50 different apps.
Okay.
Yes.
We can't name them all, but the big ones
TikTok
are there.
too.
And you
If
got
you're
an upcoming
TikToking, go use the sound file for your TikTok videos,
You
please.
got an upcoming show, right? Upcoming show.
Heck yeah, February 26th. Take it away, Adam.
I mean, we have a show on the 26th.
Take it away.
What do you want me to tell you,
It's in New
man?
Bedford. At the vault, they have really good wings there, so you should come and get some wings from the vault. And
Get
then
some
listen to
wings,
the
hang out,
eardrums.
see Saved by
Heck
Scarlet.
yeah.
Sure. Okay, where's it at? We
350
kind of talked over it. Where's it at?
It's in New Bedford, Massachusetts.
Okay, what's the name of the club?
The vault.
The Vault.
Music hall. Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's
All right.
awesome though. They have national acts come through. They had Striper come through. They've had some really big names actually go through there. So we're hoping this is our chance at hopping on a national tour, possibly
Awesome.
For at least one part of it. If
Yeah, get
band-
on a tour with Striper. You know, Michael Sweet's out there in Maine or Massachusetts. I know you guys are all the little tiny states over there just bumping up next to each other.
Okay, here's
so.
the crazy part though. The show we're doing has the new drummer from Striper is performing in Firstborn, which is a power metal band. And
That's
they're performing
incorrect.
before.
Nate, it's the guitarist.
Bass player.
That drummer was never in Striper.
Well, he's not in it, but he features on
Keith
the tour. if you
Pittman.
check it out.
Is not in Striper. I talked with him.
All right.
Oh, really?
I got to wrap it up,
Yes.
guys.
It's the
you can
guitarist
duke
that's
this
the
out.
Striper guy. Mike.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kerr.
yes, Mike Kerr. Yeah.
Not Keith.
Oh my God.
You
Mike
announced
Kerr.
that on stage last show, and I was like, bruh, that's the wrong guy.
People are Googling it.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
He's wanting to throw a stick at him. Stop it.
All right, guys. I got to run.
Yeah. Thank
Hey.
you guys for joining the show. We'll be in touch. Hopefully this summer when the album comes out, we'll have you back and you can tell us all about it and all the wonderful things that's going on with Saved by Skarlet.
And we'll do another one here called The Syndrome
Okay.
from Saved by Scarlet. It's Rock Salt MUZKAST experience. Thanks, guys. I
Thank
could have
you.
kept going.
Yeah.
I'm backed up against another guy.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
He moved it on. We were doing it later and he said I can do it earlier. So this show will not be in our next episode. It'd be in the following next episode. So you guys said you could do it today. So we always take a chance of doing an interview and recording the show. So and hopefully
you.
by next Saturday or Sunday, the YouTube and Rumble versions of this video will be up on Rumble. And so I will send you the emails and all that. And hopefully you can post it on your socials that the interview's there so everybody can see.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
and all the
so-
likes and follows help, guys. You know.
Yeah. that's
So
great. So
Definitely. I already gave you guys 3 shout outs too.
nice.
thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So we're just trying to grow, us and then, help the bands grow. So thank you very much for joining us.
Hey,
So
hey, yeah, keep in touch and we'll
Yes.
have you guys back on when we got more time.
yes, that's for sure.
Definitely.
All right.
Sounds
Awesome.
We already know
And,
because
What?
Your brother next time. We'll have to schedule it where your brother can get on too, Nate.
Definitely.
see
What'd you
next
say,
time you see Nate, he's gonna have a drumstick through his eye because Adam probably chucked at him because of
Okay,
the whole entire
so-
Striper deal.
Hey, yeah. Hey, do this, guys. If it does come to blows, just record that for me. All right. We'll put it up on the YouTube
Oh, it's
channel.
okay.
for
I'll
you.
have it on my phone. All
Saved by
set.
Scarlet live breakup on stage.
Oh,
Rock
you-
salty.
You know, I don't like to see bands break up, but I do love drama. So
yeah. So, hey,
We
thanks,
should
guys.
just do like a comedic act at the end of our set next time.
there you go. All right, brother.
Thank
I got to
you.
run.